Hey guys, so what is up? RedPandaMining here. How you guys all doing? I hope you're all doing really well and having a really great day. In this video, I'm going to be building 8 of these 5700s, and you guys probably saw the video recently that Space Goats sent me about 40 graphic cards, and I just recently built this 12 by 1660 half TI, half Super Rig, and it's going really well. But I have another server case here from mineshop.eu. This one fits 8 GPUs. So my plan is to put 8 5700s in here, and I was hoping to put all 12 in that Minebox 12, but the spacing was just too thin. You guys can see how close together the 1660s are. So these 5700s unfortunately are just a little bit wider than the IO shield. You guys can see there. I couldn't fit them side by side in the Minebox 12, unfortunately, but this Minebox 8 I will be able to put 8 5700s, and specifically these MSI mechs, because there's a bit more spacing in that server case. Okay, without further ado, let me just put this box down on the floor so you guys can see, and let me explain the power situation going on the Minebox 8 here. Okay, so give me one sec. So there's the front of the Minebox 8, thanks to mineshop.eu yet again for this server case. Okay, you guys can see here, this is a 8 by riserless motherboard, and it looks like this is specifically from Onda. That's the brand of this motherboard, and this is a M SATA SSD, and it's got, I believe, a Celeron processor. I forgot which model, and it's powered by this 2000 watt power supply. So you can see here there are 8 PCIe cables for the graphic cards, so perfect amount for having a PCIe strand for each graphic card. And you can see here that each strand does come with an 8-pin and another daisy-chained 8-pin. But in this build that I'm doing today, the MSI mechs, the 5700s here, these are non-XTs, just to let you guys know, only have a single 8-pin. Okay, so we don't have to worry about having dual 8-pins. I mean, it shouldn't be a problem anyway with one of the strands. I think the strands here are 16 gauge. Let me just verify if these are 16 gauge. Okay, I am not sure if you guys can read that on my camera, but it says 18 gauge on these PCIe cables. So technically, it should handle up to 300 watts because it has 2 8-pins here. But I think I would advise, just to be safe, that obviously if you're using higher power GPUs, that I would probably only go up to 150 watts on an 18 gauge. If these were 16 gauge cables, all right, PCIe cables, then that would be fine. But I think, depending on the quality of the PCIe cables, you have to be careful. And also, sometimes the Bitcoin mining specific power supplies, some manufacturers are pretty cheap about it, all right? So I have heard some, theoretical 18 gauge, as it says here, that it could be, it has 20 gauge wiring inside instead. Okay, so that is something to look out for, just to be careful, just to give you guys a disclaimer there. So you guys know the power situation. I'm just plugging 8-pin on each 5700 off each strand here. There are only 8 strands, so that'll be perfect fit for 8 of the 5700s. Okay, so I guess the next step is I'm gonna put the cards in, and so you guys probably want to see me do that. So let me go get my camera tripod, and you guys will just watch me put in the cards. Okay, here we go, the first one. Alright, pretty spacious. Yeah, lots of room. Okay, first one's going in. Second one. Yeah, we got a good centimeter, maybe less than a centimeter spacing in between these GPUs. Better than the other one. We couldn't fit 12 of them in there. Okay, there's an issue. Alright, I need to cut off all the plastic. Okay, there's an issue. So I'm stuck at the 7th GPU, and I realized I just need to cut out the rest of the PCIe, the zap straps in here. So because I can't put in the other 5700 here, it's just stuck because there are some power cables underneath this bar. And I wonder if I do need to take out this bar, because look at where the PCIe cables are. I wonder if it's gonna hit this or not. So let me just cut these out and see what happens. All right, success. So I had to take out this bar, and actually I think I'll be able to put it back in. As you guys can see, the holes here, it was initially on these holes right here, which would, you know, it was right above the PCIe power. So now it looks like I'll be able to put the bar back in for here. And I think the bar, it's good for just in case you need to plant the GPUs, but it's also probably good for cable management, as you know, I have a bunch of zap straps. And as well, when I cut out the plastic zap straps that it was on initially, these cables were just free. So it's best if you have like a cable tie or something, just make it all bunched up so it doesn't get caught in the fans or, you know, the power supply fan, just in case, you know, the wires go into the fans. So, okay, guys, that looks good. It looks like it's all in. The GPUs are in, and looks nice and tight. So you guys can see the spacing there. This one is definitely much better for these 5700s. And I forgot to mention that the airflow for these 5700s, like you guys can see the heat sinks, that they are horizontal and not vertical. So I know that there are some GPUs out there that have the heat sinks that have the fins going like upwards, right, vertical. But luckily, which really works out for this server case, because the air is going to be essentially going through this way, right? All the air, all the cold air is going to come from the back here through the GPUs. So yeah, these fins are perfect for this kind of configuration. And yeah, I know some people were talking about, like, you know, like the reference design GPUs that have like one fan, they're good for like blower style. But I think this might be pretty good in this Mindbox 8 server style. Okay, all right, so now let me just plug in the power cables. Give me a sec. All right, there we go. It doesn't look very glamorous, but I'll give you my reasonings here. All right, so look at the power cabling that I have here, and look at this. So all the PCIe cables are going through from the power supply, and then I have them situated on top of the MSI 5700s, and there is definitely a lot of room on top of the GPUs, so you guys can see when I put the cover on, these cables will still be okay, right? And the biggest reason why I didn't put like the PCIe cables like back here, I didn't want to restrict the airflow, okay, from the heat from the GPUs. You guys can see my methodology here. All the air is going to go through from the back of this Mindbox 8 and go straight through out of the Delta fans. The heat will be going out that way. I mean, all I did was just, you know, did some Velcro cable ties at the top here, just so there aren't any loose connections, and also I did it over here so that the Delta fans don't suck any fans. All right, guys, let's power it on and make sure it works. Okay, so I'm actually gonna put this Mindbox 8 on top of that Mindbox 12. All right, it's on top of the Mindbox 12. Just look at this. This is just nuts. 12 GPUs in the bottom and 8 up here, so a total of 20 graphic cards sitting in these two server cases. This is something I've never have seen or I've ever had in my life, so this is actually pretty exciting for me. Okay guys, so it is plugged in. I got the power cable, got the network, I also have a monitor, a little 10-inch LCD screen. Okay, let's see if this turns on. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Okay, yeah, I hear the fans going. And I didn't put the top on yet because I wanted to see if there's anything, any smoke or anything. And it doesn't look like it. Looks like we're good. No sparks. Okay, let's just see if anything comes up on the screen here. Okay, nothing is coming up on this LCD screen. Looks like I will have to troubleshoot something. Looks like we got network, but that's it. Okay, I'll be right back. So it's not a problem with the Mindbox 8 or my cards, it was a problem with my LCD screens. I guess that little monitor, it was just not high enough resolution. So yeah, it's showing up now, and I just have to enter in my, I guess, rig ID or something like that to connect to my HiveOS account. So I'm gonna do that, and then we'll see if we can see it on the web GUI on HiveOS. Okay, you guys can see Hive OS, can see 8 of the 5700s, and I am surprised. I have a whole bunch of them that have Samsung memory, and it looks like 3 of them are Micron memory. So I have a lot of fine tuning going on. I just put some basic, I don't know, undervolt overclocks that I saw on Discord. So we're gonna see if this works. It's booting right now into Team RedMiner. So let's just see if it's actually getting some decent hash rates right now. Yeah, look at that, 54 mega hash. And we're getting some accepted shares. We're mining Ethereum, of course. So let's see, how much power are we using right now? I guess, oh, we can look at the amperage at the wall. So I have it plugged in here at the bottom bank. So this one already had 0 amps initially. So now we are at 5 amps. Okay, so this 8x5700 rig is taking 5 amps. So what's 5 times 240? 1200 watts or so. Okay, under 1200 watts. So yeah, that looks pretty good so far. I mean, there's definitely a lot more fine tuning to go. And we're using the latest Team RedMiner. So I know that there's like this B mode, and it looks like it's already on the B mode. But I think there are some more fine tuning that I could probably do on this rig. But hey, I'm happy right now that it's mining, and the whole rig, yeah, almost 440 mega hash. Yeah, that is awesome. The temperatures are not too bad. Oh, I do need to put the top back on. Okay, so let me do that right now, and we'll see what the temperatures are. Okay, the top is on, and I think the temperatures are okay. I mean, I think it could be better. I wonder if I have to up the fan speed. Yeah, it looks like the temperatures have been dropping kind of. But yeah, you guys can see the mega hash numbers here, 55, 54. I can probably do better. I'm not sure if this is the efficient numbers for these 5700s. And I know that Space Goats did tell me that he did BIOS mod these. Okay, so let's go to the web GUI. Okay, so looking at the web GUI, you guys can see the cards here on the left. And here are the mega hash numbers, 55, 54, generally 55 mega hash. But there are some issues here with the memory temperature. So it looks like 4 out of the 8 cards are in the red in terms of the memory temperatures. And you guys know the 5700s and XTs, some of them do have issues with thermal throttling or the memory temperatures being high over 95. Generally, from what I've been hearing, is the cards for memory temperatures should be under 95 degrees Celsius, should be. So just for longevity and all that kind of stuff. So I am just gonna see here which cards they are. All right, so 1 and 2. So the 2 with Micron memory for 1 and 2 have higher memory temperatures. Now let's go to these 2, 4 and 5. That is the Micron, and the 5th one is Samsung. So it looks like, wow, that Samsung one is at 102 degrees. So something is definitely wrong there. And you guys can see the power consumption in Hive OS. It's showing 95, 100, and there are my overclocks, undervolts, all that stuff. And then you can see total in the software, it says 812 watts. So I think this whole rig is taking like 1200 watts at the wall. So yeah, I mean, once I get Space Goat's power meter for the basement here, I can see exactly how much power we're using, and then we can fine tune that. So that'll be for another video. But yeah, this one at 102 concerns me. And I think these ones, yeah, 98, that one's a little bit high as well, but 94 and 92 for the Micron. So it looks like the 3 Microns are all hot generally. And then I have one Samsung that is just having an issue. Okay, so otherwise I am happy for now. I guess I have to figure out if I need to change, I don't know, the thermal pads on some of these, especially the Micron ones, and I guess I'm gonna have to do one by one and figure out which one's a Micron memory one. And yeah, but yeah, you guys know the 5700s generally have some issues, especially the cheaper 5700 brands like the MSI Mechs. So I will definitely figure it out. I wonder if I can replace the 3 Micron, if these are Samsung or not. I have 4 left that I need to, I guess, essentially put into a rig, or if I can find 2 more 5700 mechs. I like having the same model rigs, so I don't know. That'll be for another video. Okay, guys, that's it. I'm happy with this Minebox 8. You guys can see just a little review and getting some rigs up and running, and yeah, looks like to be so far so good. And I'll keep you guys updated on what I do when I have time to figure out the high memory temp on some of those Micron cards and the one Samsung. Okay guys, well, thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts down below, and I will see you guys in the next build that I have to do with Space Goat's cards. I still have a few 1660s and 1660 Ti's and Supers. I'm gonna build some of these in another rig. Okay guys, so thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one, and peace out.